The text message glowed on my phone screen like a dagger in the dark. Babe, go to the concert without me. Work's killing me tonight. Love you. I stared at it in our dimly lit kitchen, the hum of the fridge mocking my sudden unease. Sarah had been distant lately. Late nights at the office, quick pecks instead of lingering kisses. But this? We'd planned this for months, tickets to see our favorite band, a rare night out after 10 years of marriage. My thumb hovered over the reply button, suspicion flickering like a faulty bulb. Why now? Why alone? I paced the living room, the carpet muffling my footsteps, my mind replaying her words from breakfast. It's just a phase, Mark. We'll get through it. Her smile had seemed genuine, but her eyes, they darted away too quickly. Denial wrapped around me like a warm blanket. Maybe I was overthinking. Work stress, that's all. But the hurt gnawed deeper. Heartbreak from feeling like an afterthought in my own life. I grabbed my keys, anger simmering. Fine, she'd stay home. I'd go with someone who actually wanted to be there. I texted her best friend, Lisa. Sarah bailed on the concert. Want to join? Tickets going to waste. Lisa replied almost instantly. OMG, yes. Pick me up in 30. Her enthusiasm was a bomb. A reminder of simpler times when the three of us would laugh over wine until dawn. Sarah and Lisa had been inseparable since college, sharing secrets I was never privy to. As I drove to her apartment, the city lights blurred through the windshield, mirroring my swirling thoughts. Why had Sarah insisted I go alone? Was she hiding something? I shook it off, focusing on the road. Lisa hopped in wearing a band tee that matched mine, her perfume a light floral contrast to Sarah's spicy scent. Thanks for saving me from a Netflix binge, she said, buckling up with a grin. The drive to the venue was easy, filled with chatter about old memories. But as we merged onto the highway, Lisa's phone buzzed. She glanced at it, her smile faltering for a split second before she silenced it. Everything okay? I asked, keeping my tone casual. Yeah, just work stuff, she muttered, tucking the phone away. Suspicion pricked again. Why the evasion? We parked and joined the throng of fans, the bass from inside vibrating through the air like a heartbeat. Inside, the crowd pulsed with energy, lights strobing across faces lost in the music. Lisa and I found our seats, and for a moment, the betrayal of Sarah's absence faded amid the opening chords. Halfway through the set, during a slow ballad that Sarah and I had danced to at our wedding, my phone vibrated. A notification from our home security app. Motion detected in the living room. Odd, since Sarah was supposedly at work. I opened it discreetly, the feed showing our empty couch. But then a shadow moved. My heart stuttered. There was Sarah, slipping in through the front door, her coat draped over her arm. She wasn't alone. A man followed, his hand on her lower back. Familiar, intimate. Denial hit like a wave. Maybe a colleague? But as they kissed, deep and urgent against the wall, the truth crashed over me. Heartbreak tore through my chest, raw and unrelenting. Lisa noticed my frozen stare. Mark, you look like you've seen a ghost. Her voice was laced with concern, but her eyes, they held something else. Guilt? I shoved the phone back in my pocket, forcing a smile. Just a work email. Let's enjoy the show. But the music turned to noise, each lyric a stab. Who was he? How long? Anger bubbled beneath the surface, hot and volatile. I glanced at Lisa, her foot tapping to the beat, but her phone buzzed again. This time, she checked it openly, typing a quick reply. Sarah checking in? I asked, my voice sharper than intended. She hesitated, her cheeks flushing. Yeah, she wanted to make sure you weren't mad about her bailing. The lie hung between us, thick as fog. Subtle clues pieced together. The late-night texts Sarah dismissed as girl talk. The weekends Lisa suddenly had plans that aligned with Sarah's absences. Had Lisa known? Covered for her? The song ended, applause roaring, but I felt isolated in the crowd. Tell me the truth, Lisa, I said quietly, leaning in. Is she cheating? Her eyes widened, then filled with tears. Mark, I didn't want to be the one. The confession spilled out in whispers amid the encore cheers. Sarah had confided in her months ago. An affair with her boss started during a conference trip. She said it was a mistake at first, but then She couldn't stop. She told you to go alone tonight so she could end it properly. Say goodbye. Lisa's voice cracked, her hand trembling as she gripped my arm. I beg her to tell you. I'm so sorry. Betrayal's full weight hit, collapsing the trust I'd built our life on. Anger surged, at Sarah for the lies, at Lisa for the complicity, at myself for the blindness. But beneath it, heartbreak dominated, a void where love once thrived. We left early, the drive back silent except for Lisa's soft sobs. Why didn't you say something sooner? I finally asked, pulling over under a street lamp. Because she's my best friend, Lisa admitted, her face streaked with mascara. And I love you both. I thought she'd fix it. Her motivations were painfully human, loyalty twisted by fear of loss. I dropped her off, her apology echoing in the car. Alone now, I drove home, the house lights on like a beacon of deceit. Sarah was on the couch when I walked in, her eyes red-rimmed. You're back early, she said, standing. The man was gone, but his cologne lingered. Who was he? My voice was steady, but inside, everything shattered. She crumpled, tears flowing. Mark, it's over. I swear. Explanations tumbled out. Feeling neglected in our routine marriage, the thrill of attention, the regret. Her pain was real, her motivations rooted in our shared complacency. I've been distant too, buried in work. But understanding didn't erase the hurt. You told me to go alone, I said, voice breaking. So I did. With Lisa. Her face paled. She knows. The collapse was mutual, trust evaporating in that moment. We talked through the night, raw emotions laid bare, anger yielding to sorrow, denial to acceptance. By dawn, I knew it was over. I packed a bag, the finality heavy but necessary. Driving away, the sun rising on an empty road, I felt the sting of loss, but also a spark of resolve. Betrayal had stripped me bare, but in the ruins, I glimpsed rebuilding. Sarah's choice had ended us, but mine, to seek company, to uncover truth, had set me free. The pain would linger, a scar on my heart, but so would the lesson. Trust is fragile, and sometimes going alone means finding your own path.